We are Scott and Kris Poling, missionaries to Berlin, Germany, sent under the authority of the New Testament Baptist Church in Larimore, North Dakota, pastored by Ken Schaefer. Berlin is a city of 3.5 million people, where 60% of the population claim to be non-religious, and has been described as the atheist capital of Europe. This is a spiritually dark city that needs the gospel light. Berlin has had a special place in my heart for the past 29 years, since my first assignment there by the United States Air Force as an air traffic controller in 1986. I witnessed the transformation of a divided city during the Cold War, with the Berlin Wall coming down, reuniting East and West Berlin. Isaiah 61:1 says, "He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound." That is exactly what the people of Berlin desperately need to happen. They have been spiritual prisoners for centuries from the philosophies of militarism, communism, and existentialism. Under militarism, Adolf Hitler stated, "One is either a German or a Christian. You cannot be both." Under communism, Whittaker Chambers stated, "The communist vision is the vision of man without God. It is the vision of man's mind displacing God as the creative intelligence of the world." Under existentialism, Friedrich Nietzsche stated, "God is dead. Without God, there were no absolute values except the will to power." These are the philosophies the people of Berlin have been hearing for over a century. This dark city needs the light of the gospel to break the stronghold Satan has had on this people. We are well aware of the evil characteristics of Satan, that he kills, steals, and destroys, John 10:10. But beyond his routine harassments, temptations, or hit-and-run attacks, the devil's forces seek territory to establish long-term strongholds in which they may dominate and hold captive. Satanic forces search for people, cities, and nations in which they are not resisted and where they may flourish. The people of Berlin have been captive under these satanic influences since the city's inception. They have been under this spiritual darkness for all these centuries that they cannot comprehend the ways of God. In their thinking, it is a blessing when sin goes undetected. To violate God's law and feel no remorse is acceptable. To mistreat others and not experience the prick of a guilty conscience is not unusual. And to disregard the Creator and blaspheming His holiness without regret is normal. The people of Berlin need Christ, the great physician, to heal their broken hearts and wounded spirits. Matthew 12:29 states, "Or else how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his home." In order to proclaim the liberty to the captives, the word of God must go forth and deal directly with the source and bind up the devil. Take a look at this future site of the House of One, where Berlin thinks it is making religious history. Muslims, Jews, and so-called Christians are joining hands to build a place where they can all worship under one roof. The House of One, as it's being called, will house a mosque, synagogue, and church under one roof. Berlin is the result of generations of humanism, biblical ignorance, and apostasy in a society. Time is running short, and the captives of Berlin need to have liberty proclaimed through the light of the gospel. People are dying, and the need of the blood of Christ is greater than ever before. Jesus Christ opens prisons to them that are bound. The people of Berlin need the prison doors open through the transforming power of salvation. They may not be bound in violent behavior or criminal activity, but they are equally enslaved by their pride and their trust in false religions that hold no hope.
He walked along the shores of Galilee, land to see, when stones of wrath lay heavy in their hands. He knelt to write his mercy in the sand. Jesus came to set the captives free, showed us by the way he lived, the way we need to be. Our love is more than words could ever say. We must touch them with compassion to help them find their way. How can we reach a world we never touch? How can we show them Christ if we never show them love? Just to say we care will never be enough. How can we reach a world we never touch? Could we be so busy being saved, trying to impress a world that's long since lost its way? We pride ourselves in being set apart, yet we don't take time to touch a broken heart. Even if we found the time to care, would we take the risk involved in always being there? Or we hold the very thing they need so much? Sometimes the word of God can pass through just a simple touch. How can we reach a world we never touch? How can we show them Christ if we never show them love? Just to say we care will never be enough. How can we reach a world we never touch? We hide behind these walls and the security of friends, while beyond the stained glass windows the world is lost in sin. How can we reach a world we never touch? How can we show them Christ if we never show them love? Just to say we care will never be enough. How can we reach a world we never touch? How can we reach a world we never touch?
Will you prayerfully consider supporting us as we endeavor to bring the light of the gospel to the people of Berlin? May we never stop praying for the lost souls in Berlin. Berlin needs Christ.